my gorgeous plant people, welcome back to Reading Mindfully. My name is Yana, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips to freshen your plant collection without buying anything, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys 5 tips on how you can refreshen your plant collection without buying anything. And you know, this came to me after I did my own little organization / refreshing of my plant collection, and I just thought that I should just share these tips, because as plant people, we think we always have to buy new plant stands, new shelves, you know, this and that, new pots, just to, you know, just change up the look of our plant collection or make things more organized. And so I just wanted to go ahead and make this video to share how you can go ahead and get a different look in your plant collection without necessarily buying any shelves, in case you're not able to, you know, make the investment, or you don't want to make the investment. So let's get into it. Alright, so my first tip on refreshing your plant collection is simply shopping your home. And what I mean is just to go around your house and see what you already have. As you can see in my plant collection, I oftentimes use my own pots. Like if I have any extra terracotta pots laying around the house, I will go ahead and flip them upside down to go ahead and use them as an extra plant stand instead of buying any additional plant stands. Or this tip actually came from my mom. She actually stacked up the extra saucers that I had in my collection. So you can use extra pots and saucers to elevate your plants and make them higher and give you a bit of height and, you know, depth in your collection. And so this would be my first tip, is just to shop your collection, shop your home, and use whatever you have. If you have old books, I also use boxes that I get from plant shops. I use my plant terrain boxes to elevate some of my plants and bring them off the floor. Or even with my lighting, I will go ahead and clip my lighting onto my plant pots, so that way I can go ahead and repurpose my lighting and, you know, other materials that I already have. Because as you may or may have not known, my previous plant tours, I believe it was my spring plant tour, I did have plant shelves where I was attaching my lighting, and then when I got rid of my shelves, I wasn't sure how I was gonna, you know, just utilize the lighting, because I did, you know, spend money on them. So I just wanted to make sure that I was gonna be able to. And so my mom was actually the one who came up with the idea of clipping the lights on my plant pots, and I'm so happy that she did, because now I'm able to repurpose those lights and, you know, use them, because I did spend my hard-earned money on them. So if anything, that would be one of my first tips, is just to shop around and see what you already have, and, you know, make the most of it, so that way you don't have to go out and spend any additional funds. My second tip is just to go ahead and rearrange your plants. You know, sometimes we get into this, like, our plant collections become stale, as you would say. You know, you just look at the same plant arrangement all the time, day in, day out. And especially now that most of us are working from home, we're seeing our living rooms, our kitchens, you know, our bedrooms, you know, the way they are day after day. And it's just nice to go ahead and just switch things up sometimes, from time to time. And I often find that I will rearrange my plants at least 4 times a year. I always either rearrange my plants before a plant tour or after a plant tour, but I find that when I do rearrange my plants, it does give me a nice sense of change. And even if I'm not currently buying plants, like right now, if I rearrange my plants, it does give me the idea, or it just allows me to feel like I've, you know, brought in more plants, or I can see my plants in a different light. So I really do like rearranging my plants. And like I said, I do this all the time, just so I can switch things up, because things do get kind of tiresome if you're looking at it day after day. So I would recommend rearranging your plants if you can. And also, if you need help rearranging your plants, maybe you could, you know, have your significant other, or maybe your kids or someone like that help you rearrange your plants, and you can make a day out of it. So that would be my second tip. And so my third tip is, so maybe after you've shopped around your home, you've rearranged things how you like it, but your home is feeling cluttered, this would be the perfect time to go ahead and declutter, and maybe you could get rid of some plants that aren't doing well in your collection, or maybe you could, pass along plants that you just aren't loving at the moment. And what I like about decluttering is that it just gives you a sense of peace after after you've gotten rid of the clutter, especially if you have places where there's a lot of clutter on your surfaces, or if you have a lot of plants that are on the floor. It can just be a really nice feeling to just to start all over and really focus on the plants that do well in your collection, that you are just absolutely loving. And I find that when you declutter your plant collection, not only does it free up your space and free up your time, but it also frees up a lot of space in your mind, because oftentimes when our plants aren't doing well in our collection, or if we're not feeling good about our collection, it can oftentimes mess with our mind as well, because we could also feel like we're not good plant parents, or that we're failing in life, or we're just not understanding why our plants aren't doing well. And so sometimes it can have a negative impact on your psyche as well. So I always recommend decluttering your plants, and especially decluttering just things in your home in general. Like I said, if you have too many, clutter on your surfaces, decluttering is just a really nice way of just refreshing, especially when it comes to, spring. Spring is a wonderful time to just go ahead and just reassess how your home is, and just work to create an environment that you're going to be, comfortable with. And speaking of creating an environment that you're comfortable with, I would really recommend it, if you guys can, that you create a space that is relaxing and enjoyable, whether it's like a small reading nook, or you create a nice feel in your bedroom, or you create like a jungle botanical look in your living room. I really recommend that you create a space that you will feel comfortable and relaxed in, especially now with how things are going in the world. It's nice to just come home, or just be in a space that you can just unwind and feel safe and secure in. And I really needed to work on this myself, because my job is, kind of stressful sometimes, and you can burn out. So it's really nice that if you're able to create a space that you can just, when your day is over or before your day even begins, that you can just sit and just get your mind together, or like my mom says, get your mind right. Because in order to be able to, give yourself to others, you have to be all right with yourself. And I really recommend that you create a space where you can just unwind and relax, so that way you can prepare yourself for whatever kind of day you have ahead, whether it's a work day or a relaxing day, or if you have to help your children with their homework. If you just create a space that is just yours, or that you can enjoy as a family, it'll really benefit you in the long run. And lastly, of course, you want to just go ahead and maybe change up your lighting. Changing up your lighting can really help your plants, but not only your plants, it can just change up the mood of the room. So as you guys know, I have a lot of sandy lights, and when I did go ahead and rearrange my home, I did remove one of my sandy lights from my living room, because I felt like in my living room I had a lot of sandy lights, and I didn't necessarily have enough lighting in my bedroom. And it was just constantly dark in my bedroom. It wasn't really bright, because I do have northeast and a northwest window, so it's not the brightest location. And so in my bedroom, the lighting was just so dark that I just didn't really want to get up in the morning. It was a struggle to get up, because it's just winter and it's just always dark. And so I just took this time to go ahead and remove one of my sandy lights and put them in my bedroom, so that way my bedroom could have more light, and it would encourage me to go ahead and rise with the sun, or just to get up and get my day started. Because with winter time and it being so dark, it is really hard to get up these days. And I know especially for me, if it's still dark outside, I'm not really wanting to get up. So even if I'm working from home, I still need to get up and get my day going just so I'm not lounging around all day. So I find that changing my lighting not only helps out my plants, helps them grow and thrive, but it helps me get my day going and, you know, for me to thrive as well. So these are the tips that I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys to go ahead and refresh your collection without really, you know, buying anything, in case you're not able to buy anything, or if you're saving up your money for other things. We don't necessarily always have to buy things to make our collection look nice. You don't always have to buy new shelves or, you know, new grow lights. You can sometimes use what you have, and so that way it's not, you know, you don't have to seem like you're always having to, you know, invest in your collection and, you know, just constantly spending money. So I just wanted to go ahead and give those tips, and I hope it helps you guys. So I just want to thank you guys as always for liking my videos and subscribing. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos if you like my content, and hit the notification bell so that way you can see when I upload a new video. As always, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.